We're here today with Nicola Mills, Group Managing Director from Pacific Retail Management. Welcome, Nicola.
Thank you.
How was the $100,000 first year profit guarantee for your Go Sushi brand being received by franchisees?
It's been received really well. We've had a lot of inquiries about the profit guarantee. We put it in place really to help new business owners when they came into the system get through that, initial, I spent all the money on marketing and building the store and so on and so forth. Just takes a bit of that pressure off. We only did it for a year. We didn't want them to start getting into a bit of an employee mentality, which is someone's always going to help me out. So at the end of the year, they're on their own and they have to make the business work. But by then, they should have established a good customer base. Their systems should be in place. Their staff should be working well, and off they go. So we've got 4 new stores opening under the profit guarantee. So we'll see how they go. They still go through the same criteria on whether they're going to be a good franchisee or not and whether they suit the system. But yeah, it's been good. The only negative we've really had on it is people go, it's too good to be true, what's wrong? And it is a genuine offer. There are conditions they need to follow, labour costs percentages and the cost of goods percentages and so on and so forth, but that's standard on average what our franchisees are doing, so they should be able to meet it. So yeah, it's been good.
Pacific Retail Management is a diverse group of companies. What synergies exist between them?
They're all food brands, obviously. Proteins, our meats, our vegetables, drinks all go across the group, so we get group purchasing power through that. But also it's a lot about the system, so how we do a lot of our business analysis for each of the franchisees, how they do their reporting, a lot of the operations manuals, OC health and safety, a lot of those things you can put across all of the brands. So if we develop something that's really, really good for one brand, we can put it into the other brands. It puts a lot more pressure on the team sometimes. They're thinking across multiple brands, so at some point we're going to move people into brand-specific roles, but at this point they work across all 3. But generally it's working very well for us.
Food courts, a tough environment. What's your experience been?
Yeah, food courts are tough. I think you need to look at your brand. For example, Go Sushi is really a lunch and afternoon brand. Most people go to what I call a destination food court. There's no other shops other than the food there, and you only go there to eat and you're out, as opposed to those food courts which have a lot of other retailers next to it. So destination food courts are fine for Go Sushi because people buy at lunchtime. That's when we get most of our trade. So we can put a Go Sushi into a food court. Our brand Love Coffee and Crepes. We do breakfast, we do evenings, and we do lunch. And if you're in a destination food court, you cut off breakfast and you cut off evenings. So we avoid destination food courts. So you've really got to look at each brand and when you sell and when it most happens, and then suit it that way. So yeah, one brand I'm happy with, another brand I'm not. Yeah.
A big issue in the industry now is the cost of labour. What are your thoughts on this?
It's a huge problem. We've had a lot of people come in, consultants come in to us, talk to our franchisees, talk to us about what the impacts are going to be. It doesn't look good. It's especially hard for our Queensland franchisees. They're having the biggest leap I think over the next 3 years as they get increasingly worse. I've already spoken to probably 2 or 3 of my franchisees who don't know if they'll be able to cope with the extra costs. So the borderline franchisees who are just making enough money to make it viable, that will probably send them out of business. So that's a real problem. In a time when we're trying to increase franchisee profitability, make the businesses more worthwhile for them, the Labor government seems to be taking that backwards. So, which obviously just reduces the number of jobs that are out there and just makes it worse. So it's not looking good. I'm not really sure what the solution is at this point.
Mergers and acquisitions in the industry. Do you think there's going to be more of this in the future?
Absolutely. I think what's happening in the industry is that there's a lot of franchisors that are coming into the market. They think they can run a franchise. They get in there, they get good growth at the beginning. People seem to be attracted to new brands and that looks exciting. They get on board, they get the franchise to about 20 stores, 25 stores, and they run out of either energy or enthusiasm, but most of the time they're running out of money. So the guys that can, or girls, that can move beyond that can come in and pick up these guys. They've got good systems and they've got good brands, but they haven't been managed well. The franchisors have got themselves a whole heap of debt. either with the ATO or with financing. They've probably bought too many BMWs and boats and other things like that. So there's some good systems out there with bad management, and you can go and pick them up. So we're definitely looking at it. We're talking to people, and I know at least 2 or 3 other people in the market who are out there doing the same thing. So it's definitely on the cards. You'll see more of it.
Thanks for your time with QSR Media.